Hi guys, welcome down to the Monday Night Golf Show here, myself Rick Shields and Peter Finch for our Christmas special, and we are on set down here in London.
Yes, so we are at the Doubletree Hilton, I believe, which is very nice, has a fire and stockings, and we are going to just blast through all your questions. So
yeah, we're going to get questions. There's no golf.
There's no golf this weekend. Everyone's kind of taking a break, so we're going to.
Is this putting you off yet?
The way you're rubbing it is a little bit, yeah. So we're going to blast through loads and loads of questions, just get through as many as we can.
Yes.
And then upload this before we go out bowling.
Yes, so first off, cheers, Peter,
yes,
for a wonderful year, and cheers to you guys for watching. We massively appreciate it because it's been a wonderful year. I should have a drink.
Well, you need your IB and you need to keep your vitamins up.
I needed your water, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
That's what we're drinking here right now.
Water and cucumber.
And we're down in London for a kind of a YouTube get-together because we are part of a YouTube company called The Whistle, and they're having a big Christmas party down here in London, and we've been invited to, and we're dead excited to go in towards and do some bowling.
Yes, indeed.
And then following bowling, we're having our own Christmas do, aren't we?
Yeah, the self-employed Christmas do. So there's
the
me,
Rick and Pete Christmas
there's
do.
me, Rick, and our camera. That's the only staff.
The third member of staff.
The only staff that we have.
The cameraman. You're good tonight, yeah?
Holding it very steady, Dave. Well done.
So we've got questions to answer because, like I said, there's been no golf, obviously because of the Christmas break, and there'll be no golf next week. So we'll just do a crazy questions and answers, as many as we can on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, wherever we ask questions last night.
Blast through everything.
And it's quite cool. Like I say, what a cool setting. I'm actually getting quite warm. I've got a Christmas jumper on next to the fire.
Oh yeah, you got a Christmas jumper with electricity passing through it. It's not going to be the coolest.
Drinking
thing,
a little bit of red wine. Right, are you ready for this? So let's start off with Twitter. So this is our new Twitter, Quest_golf. So go and follow it if you don't already.
Okay.
You're saying okay? Have you not followed it yet?
Okay, I'm doing it right now.
Jutta Jordans, who's your German friend,
yes,
who came over for some lessons, and I met Jutta as well. It was great meeting you. Any progress on choosing your course for the regional qualifier? I think we've made some big steps this week.
Yeah, do we need to do a separate... I think we'll do a separate video on actually what we've decided to do as far as kind of course selection goes.
We need to go and play them all,
Yeah. I think we're 92.7% decided, but we just need to have a few more final discussions about the remaining 7 point whatever percentage.
Yeah, so I think we need to play the all four courses to really work out one. There's a hot favourite at the moment. Max Gudger, who came down for a lesson yesterday, and Mark had a lesson with you.
Max and Mark. Very
Max,
good lesson.
for a new golfer and the experienced golfer, is it important to focus on feel or technically improve your swing? Now, I know why he's asking this.
Okay, I'll let you.
Because we had a little discussion yesterday. So Max, young golfer, he's only been playing golf for 8 months, and his swing was sensational, absolutely awesome. But the issue was he was too focused on the technique as opposed to the feel and the hitting, the actual strike. So he could swing a golf club wonderfully, but miss strike. Now he's asking for a new golfer for himself and as an experienced golfer, because he's kind of in the middle. He's a new golfer in terms of him playing golf for 8 months, but he's experienced in his swing and his knowledge of the game is exceptional. But you need to work on feel, particularly yourself, and strike. I would say new golfers need to work on strike. I think every golfer needs to work on strike.
Yeah, I maybe branch it out very slightly and say there's no real answer to that question because people respond very differently, don't they? So you can work hard on technique with someone who's very technically minded and that improves strike, whereas you can work hard on technique with some people and it just goes straight over their head. They need to work on feel. So it can work both ways. I'm going to be very neutral in all my answers today.
I can see that.
My arse is going to be well splintered from the fence that I'm sitting on.
Wow, I didn't expect arse in a Christmas night, Monday night golf show.
Or ass.
Andy Grimes, can you share any plans for your Quest Golf in 2016? So is this Quest Golf the brand or Quest for the Open? You know, is that? I'm guessing Quest Golf the brand.
Quest Golf the brand, which sounds very strange saying it like that. What we've not got a plan really. I mean, we've got a schedule in place that we're going to hopefully see through the rest of next year, which we'll see, if all goes to plan, a video a day. As far as the Quest for the Open goes, there's a multitude of different things. I mean, we've only got really 7 months until the actual kind of quest concludes, either
or continues. Depends on which way we're looking at.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many kind of different plans. I've got lots of different ideas about the videos that we're going to be doing, and so is Rick. So it's really interesting.
We've still got all our own ideas on what we're going to do on our own separate channels because they're going to still be as crazy as ever, and we're going to create so much more content on those anyway. But also our combined channel, Quest Golf channel, like I say, Pete said, video a day, and we're going to keep extending that. I mean, I feel like we've done all right so far.
Yeah, for a new channel, I think it's okay.
Danny
Thank
Jobson.
you for subscribing as well.
Yes, thank you. Danny
And subscribe
Jobson.
if you haven't. If you don't, you don't like puppies.
You're a bad person if you don't subscribe. Danny Jobson, have you guys ever had experience testing Apple Watch golf apps?
Ooh, well,
Stay tuned.
Probably in January, depending on the weather.
Probably Orlando, I reckon.
Probably Orlando.
We'll probably get a chance in Orlando. We've got one to test.
Yeah, we've got one. We've got one that we've kept our eye on and that we're going to test. So yes, there will be some coming up on that.
Simon Langford. So Simon's client of mine, comes down to the range a lot at Living Golf Academy, and also I teach his son Caden. He does all the funny little clips on Twitter.
Yeah.
So all the funny little images of when you see Jordan Spieth, etc. Without turning into Bono, saying the obvious, eradicate hunger and poverty and all that jazz. What would you boys want for Christmas if you could have anything? So you can't do a Bono and say.
Oh, so you can't be selfless.
No,
you can't.
selfish.
Selfish. So you got to be selfish. The one thing I want for Christmas.
For me, it's all camera equipment.
Yeah, I was going to say that there's a camera similar size to this one that we're currently recording on. Hopefully, this camera won't turn off in protest. That I've been keeping my eye on. I really want that, but yeah, I need to do a few more online lessons before that's going to be part of the arsenal.
Yeah, so that'd be a new camera, a new setup. I want a big professional one as well. Matthew McBride, how did you think the Olympic golf will be this? How big do you think Olympic golf will be this year and in the future? Can it rival the majors or the Players' Championship?
I don't know. I honestly don't know because it's a new. Well, it's not new. Golf was like in 19.
And Olympics isn't new.
I mean,
it's new for this era.
It's new for this era. Yeah, I can't remember when the last one was. It was 1900 something, I think. But
you watched that one, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it well. It's Slovakia, I think, came through. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's going to turn into just a bit of a. Spectacle's not the right word. Almost a bit of a sideshow.
Like a showcase.
Yeah, it's a very odd thing to be seeing in the Olympics.
Like an exhibition match almost.
Yeah, but you never know. It all depends on who's playing it.
Yeah, it depends on the players.
Yeah,
if the players get involved, it could be huge.
If the players get involved and they play well and it's a real good battle, then yeah, awesome. You know, it could be that fifth major that everyone's talking about because it's only every 4 years.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, that could be. The thing is, that makes it rarer. It could make it more special.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, there's not.
It swings and roundabouts, isn't it?
The fact is that golfers haven't been able to win a gold medal before, so you know it's a really, really good opportunity. So we'll see.
Ben Capper, have you tested Across Golf? No. Arcos Golf? No. That's like game golf.
Yeah, it's very similar.
We've not tested it.
We've not tested it yet.
Should we do some Facebook?
Yeah, we'll jump onto Facebook. So this is the Quest Golf Facebook page. Please jump over and like and follow that as well. Let's pull these questions up, quite a few. Nick Drew, what is the biggest tip that you can give to a player getting ready for the PGA PAT? That's playing ability test.
So when you join the PGA in the UK, I think it's not Europe, is it? Maybe could be Europe, UK, Ireland. I'm not sure if it's Europe as well. You have to go through a playing ability test. It's 2 rounds of golf, and it used to be when we were doing it, you have to go around in 15 over combined.
Yes, it was.
Which is kind of like, obviously, we did it, we achieved it. It's kind of almost just showing that a level of golf experience is good. You know?
Yeah, I think if you can't shoot 15 over 2 rounds on the same course on the same day, you know, you need to have a look and maybe have a bit more of a practice, trying to be gentle around the
career
subject.
Change.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to do it. So, I mean, it's just the same as anything. It's just preparation. You just got to. If you know the course that you're playing at, lots of practice rounds.
What was your tactics? Because I played it really safe.
Oh, I used driver once.
I didn't hit driver.
Yeah,
I hit rescue wood off the tee, and just plotted my way around, knowing that I shot probably 3 or 4 over the first round, and then literally got it right up to the limit on the second round. But I played safe. Now, I know some people who've played safe, it's gone against them because they've played too safe, and then when they needed to capitalise, they couldn't capitalise.
It is interesting, the pressure of playing ability.
Oh,
I mean,
that's odd.
I played with 2 others. I played really well, actually. I think I was only kind of a few over par for the 2 rounds, just getting pars.
Sure.
and the guy I was playing with was very similar. Then the other guy I was playing with, who by the way got through to final qualifying for the Open,
Right, so he can play.
he can play, didn't make it.
Oh my God.
He was like 13, 14 over on the last hole and needed to get a par.
How crazy.
And like hit a decent drive, and then like just totally shanked his second into the green, and like made an 8 or something.
Very crazy.
So the pressure's quite strange, but preparation, checking out the course, making sure you know which way you're around. It's, you know, if you've got the skill, you should be able to break that kind of that scoring.
We'll move on from that question because probably not everyone watching is going to be doing a PGA playing ability test. I've got one here from LLEW Jones. Lou? LLEW.
Okay.
Yep. Lou Jones. How long do you think it will take for
I'm not a Welsh translator.
for companies to run out of new innovations for their golf clubs? There's a lot of clever people about, much cleverer than all of us, that are coming up with great ideas.
Yeah, with technology, the way that it develops,
I bet that question could be asked 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I think people in every era of golf have probably asked that question. I think when they moved on from wooden clubs to metal clubs, you know, they would have been, oh, we've reached the peak.
And then titanium, and then you know, all the adjustability.
Yeah, I
and,
mean, it's going to move on to kind of carbon fibre and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it already is.
Well, it already is, but I think it should
Lighter
move on to
materials
that.
and all
Yeah,
that jazz.
It will keep on advancing. There's no doubt about that.
Go for it. You got one?
Okay, yeah. We've had another. What do you want for Christmas? Did we actually answer that question?
Yeah, camera
the
stuff.
camera stuff, didn't we? Yeah.
So if you're watching and you want to donate camera stuff,
3-club match only. Which clubs do you bring and why?
well, I think we
from
could.
Robbie
Now, if
Dion.
something arrives in time, we'll be having a 3-club champion Christmas match. If something arrives in time, so stay tuned. I think I would take my driving iron,
Yeah,
my 2-iron.
I think you could just go around without the moment.
my 2-iron, my 50-60 degree, if I remember it this time.
Okay.
I've got one more on the putter, haven't I?
3 clubs.
So yeah, driving iron, 8-iron, sand wedge, putter.
It's 4 clubs.
I think your putter's included.
Oh, right,
I think
okay.
your putter's like
Okay.
fine.
Okay, that's fine. I would go. Ooh. I'd go 3-wood, 7-iron, 56, and putter.
Okay. Nick asks, can you explain the differences between and the advantages to playing a pro style club, so 440 drive ahead, bladed irons, if they're harder to hit and more punishing on miss hits? What is the upside if you're able to hit the middle?
It's just more control.
Let me check this camera.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We still healthy?
Coming up to 15 minutes though.
Okay.
Normally a cut off zone, so
We'll get on. With a better players club, with a smaller headed club, a forged club iron wise, you will get more control over flight. So you'll be able to vary the left and the rights and the highs and the lows a little bit more, and the feeling that you get off a better players club is a lot more. It's a lot more intense. I suppose.
yeah,
is
that's the one to me. It's the
Yeah.
feel off the bladed club has that response off the face which you can't match on something that's much bigger and cavity, so it's much harder to replicate that same softness and that feeling, certainly when it's a forged club. So that would be my differences. With a smaller headed driver, generally, I don't know if this is scientifically proven, when I've seen it on a smaller head, I have seen the evidence that it does travel through the air slightly quicker than a big 460 head,
Yeah, you can definitely move it faster.
and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the advantages there. Have you got one?
Darren Brown is putting the most important part of golf.
Now, if you followed our St Andrews special Monday Night Golf Show, go back in July and watch it. There was a question on there that said, "What is the more important, putting or long game?" Now, I said something a statement that I would possibly like to retract.
Okay.
So at the time, because we hadn't started the quest for the Open, and we naively were just the driving range pros. My important aspects, and I believe the most important aspect, was full shots. Like how smug you look, was full shots. Now I've started to play an awful lot more, and now starting to think about qualifying for said Open that we were at. I'm going to retract that statement and say that putting is the most important. And that's proven when you see the top players in the world. Why are they the top players in the world? Because they put better. I still, slightly though, argue the case of a really high handicapper. For example, I had a high handicapper in yesterday for a lesson. He couldn't break 100, yet his putting scores was under 36 a round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it kind of. I think you get a bit of almost a kind of a tipping point where the newer you are to golf, the more important it is to just try and get the ball in the air, off the tee, onto the fairway, so you can actually, not lose shots from hitting it out of bounds or from topping it and all the rest of it. But once you get to the upper end of the scale, a lot of the golfers, a lot of the best players, their ball striking is very, very similar. So once you get to that high end, it's then the short game and the putting, which then allows those players to really kind of prosper. So I think the better you get, the more important, the better ball strike you get, the more important the putting becomes. It's kind of simple.
Rob Potter, who's my 13 handicap tester, who came for a lesson yesterday, was awesome. For you both, for all the years you've played and all the years you've been practicing with your own clubs, which was the most memorable shot and with which club?
Oh God!
I don't know if I know the answer to that.
Most memorable shot.
If I had to think about a shot right now, why can I only think negative ones? It's not a good sign, is it?
Well, I've got a great negative one, but it's
also
a positive.
Negatives. Why can I only think negatives?
Okay, well, the one that almost springs to mind straight away, just simply because it changed a lot of my approach. Because at the moment, I would say I'm quite a calm person on the course. I don't really get too flustered.
Yeah, sorry, I'm listening. I'm just trying to think.
But the one shot that springs out, I was playing in a junior open. It was a 36-hole comp. It was relatively decent kind of event I was playing in. And I was going for a par 5 in 2. The ground was very, very wet. And I was using, do you remember the old TaylorMade Railer 3-wood?
Yes,
the tiny-headed one.
The rails on the bottom.
Yeah, tiny-headed. And I hit a shot, and I thought I struck it quite well. And I'm looking up. I wasn't playing very well at this point. I was a bit angry anyway. And I was looking up, and I couldn't see it anywhere. And my playing partners were all looking kind of around at the green, and they was like, "Where's it gone?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. It must be down near the green. We'll find it when we get there." Put the club back in the bag. Took a step forward, already a bit annoyed because I couldn't see it. And I just noticed, just before my ball, there's quite a big hole in the ground.
Okay.
And I kind of looked in, and I topped it. I'd pure topped it so well, I thought I'd hit a good shot. It had gone straight down into the wet ground and buried about 3 inches under the surface. And I lost it.
Wow.
I went New York taxi, lost it. Oh. Except about 7 scales more.
No!
Throwing clubs,
New York
smacking my bag.
There's going to be one time when we're going to have to talk about the New York taxi incident.
Taxi gate. But it was that, and I just lost it. But after the round, because my dad was caddying as well, and after the round, my dad he said something that killed me. Absolutely killed me. He said, the way you reacted was embarrassing. But the way he said it was embarrassing for him as well.
What you want to hear,
so I kind of looked back at it, and that was a turning point for me, thinking, you know what, I'm just going to have to totally change my approach. And from that point, I've been very calm, apart from when I get in a taxi in New York.
Yeah, that's true. Most memorable shot. God, it's a weird one. One that keeps coming to my mind is a really strange one, actually. I was in Spain playing with some friends, actually, just coincidentally. This is before anything on YouTube. I'm going back maybe 6 or 7 years. And there was one hole, which was an amazing looking hole, just outside of Marbella. And it looked over the bay down towards, what's the island called? Gibraltar. It was looking over Gibraltar Rock. And I hit this drive, and we recorded it. And the reason, I don't know why it sticks in my memory so much, but it was an amazing view. And because I wanted to hit such an amazing drive, and this was on video, and I've still got the video, I might try and find the archive of it somewhere. I won't be able to put it in this video today. But it was just pure. It was absolutely pure. And I don't know why that sticks in my mind. It must have been a great shot.
It's just an emotional moment.
I probably continue to bogey it, but hey. Go for it.
Peter Luong. We answer all the questions here, and this is one of the most liked. You guys drink a lot of coffee. Does it ever have to make you poop while you are on the course?
Wow.
Does it affect your game? Most liked comment there.
It's not, is it? Is it really?
I think so, yeah. Rick, you can take this one.
I've not noticed any trends of coffee over poop incidents, if I'm honest with you.
The coffee to poop ratio is probably quite healthy.
I don't know. I've not noticed an increase. Shut up. We're not talking about this.
What, your poo table?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He has one.
I don't think so. I have one. No, mine would be my answer. Maybe after this incredibly strong Ribena, which is beautiful, and I may need another Ribena very soon, then my urine sample might go up. But apart from that, I think we should be okay. Here's a quick question.
Okay.
Morgan Christiansen, what do you guys think you would shoot at Augusta? Well, we wanted to kind of keep this a little bit of a secret. The week before the Masters, me and Pete are going to pretend we're playing Augusta.
Well, you're a terrible person.
On the PlayStation. We might play it on the
yours
PlayStation.
got me excited. I don't even think Augusta's on the PlayStation, you know.
But it's on some format. It's on some game.
Is it?
Yeah, because they sold it for a ridiculous amount of money. 100. No, I would be happy if I shot in the 80s.
I think.
We should be long enough to play it.
Yeah, I'd say
Sorry,
so.
I keep checking this camera.
I think T to green would be good enough to shoot in the 60s and even the 70s. On the green,
We wouldn't break 100. What do you think you would shoot? Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what you would shoot at Augusta.
what's your favourite Christmas song, Stephen Butler?
What's this one that's on there?
You can't just choose the one that's on now for convenience.
I like Driving Home for Christmas.
No, that's the one I was going to say. It is a classic.
Bit weird. Matthew Phillips, what has been your favourite moment of being a golf professional?
I can't wait. Sorry. Favourite what?
Moment of being a golf professional.
Sitting here in front of a fire with the chance to be able to sing Driving Home for Christmas to you guys. I don't know.
I'm going to be dead cheesy on this.
Go on, do it.
Helping golfers improve and enjoy their game every single day.
Favourite part of it for me is not having to do a proper job.
I love
I've done
our
it.
jobs.
I've done it, and you know what? This is the best one there is.
I would love our jobs. Take two.
Do you know when it went off?
Sorry guys, I think we lost you there. I think it was the bowling question. Anyway, was it a bowling question?
I don't know.
I was going on about bowling
You're
questions.
going on
sorry.
about bowling.
So we're going to do the last question because I think we're running out of questions. If you didn't catch the last one, I said Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy.
Jason Day just knows.
And then we're just going to do the last one because we're going to go bowling today. And we were just talking about how we've been bowling a couple of times. We did it in Turkey, and then we did it for your first kind of welcome do at Trafford.
And I absolutely smashed it.
Absolutely smashed it.
Won the individual part, won the team part twice.
I wasn't even on his team. I didn't even like him then.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was.
He didn't like me after that.
Who do you think is going to win? Comment down below. Who do you think is going to win bowling against me and Pete?
Please. Okay, last one. I've not read this question yet, but Adam Shields,
From us.
Regular commenter, Adam. Thank you. Will you guys look at possibly doing the Quest for the Open every year, no matter what happens? I do hope you both make it because you both deserve it. You only deserve what you get. Also, if you guys had the chance to, would you ever play in any of the big three tournaments in Australia? Keep up the good work. Bring on 2016. Love golf. # Monday Night Golf Show.
We've not really thought about this yet, have we?
No, not really. I think in my mind, because we are getting so much busier with kind of coaching, with the online lessons, and with all the YouTube stuff, for me in my head, this kind of feels like the last chance that we're really going to have the ability to do it, have the chance to do it. So I don't know. I mean, things might change. You never
I'm
know.
not sure. I'm really enjoying playing. I'm really enjoying playing this year than I ever have done in the past. I'm enjoying playing in competitions. I'm enjoying practicing a little bit more. Probably not enough yet. Maybe when we move to Dubai in the winters, we could maybe do it every year. So, I would like to. I don't want to rule it out. I think if we get close this year, I think it's going to fuel the fire for next year.
That's true.
If we go this year and we completely blow it, I still think it's going to fuel the fire for next year. I think the only way we're not going to do it is if we qualify this year and then we say, right, we're done. Let's go out on a high.
I think the only way we're going to not... Yeah, I think the only way we wouldn't carry on playing, probably, is if we get through local, regional, make the cut, and then win it.
I don't think we'd have to do it again because I think we'd be in there.
would you want to play again? I mean, that's a lot of energy. Sounds like anyway.
Imagine not practicing every year.
I would dine out on
just
that.
Play
forever.
Play without practicing every year. So, guys, that's going to wrap up the Monday Night Golf Show Q&A this week here in London at the. It's not a product of Doubletree Hilton that we're at. It's a lovely place, actually, a lovely setting. Probably one of the best settings we've had for the Monday Night Golf Show. Yeah, cheers again.
Best coffee we've been on.
Cheers for watching, guys. We massively appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing to not only myself and Pete, but also to the new Quest Golf channel. We've got loads planned for 2016. This week I'm doing a massive giveaway on my channel where I've just looked at some of the comments again. It's gone crazy. So don't miss out on any opportunity to win some awesome prizes this week. And thank you. We've had an awesome week. It's been year. It's been awesome.
Yeah, the rest of the year has been terrible, but this week's been positive.
We've had an awesome year, and we're really looking forward to 2016 to help you and improve your golf, either whether it's at Quest Golf Studio, online lessons, or just on our YouTube channels. We can't wait.
So guys, stay tuned. This week, with all the with Christmas coming on, the videos are a bit more random. But we've got some.
I need another Ribena soon.
Yeah, very well. Yes. We've got some fantastic Christmas specials coming up next week.
Oh yeah, fingers crossed.
If our props arrive in time, which hopefully they will do. So stay tuned. So guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you.
I'm going to give something away. Santa versus Snowman.